This right here is a smartwatch that you'll probably never need to charge. It has all the important sensors you'll typically find on a modern day smartwatch, even the most advanced ones like blood oxygen sensors, heart rate sensor, GPS tracking. It also has a 200-meter water resistant rating, which is 100 meters more than what some more expensive smartwatches have available in the market. All that and more in this lightweight G-Shock that weighs around 63 grams. So this is the all new GBD-H2000, which retails for $399. Comes available in 4 variety of different color styles to choose from, and it solely recharges with solar panels. I had mine for a little over a month now and only had to charge it once, as they do include this USB-A clip adapter that's used to charge this smartwatch. However, after 1 month of owning this thing, there's some pros and cons I want to go ahead and cover, as well as some cool tips and tricks I want to show you, because honestly, this watch isn't really for everyone. Now, I do have this watch paired with my iPhone, and it works well most of the time. It uses the Casino Watch app. It works, but sometimes can be buggy. But this is a simple fix. All I have to do is just reboot my iPhone and it connects the next time the app relaunches. The app does allow it to push all the notifications that my iPhone receives onto my wrist, and I can read the body of the notification and everything else by simply pushing down on this button. There are some customizations that can be done onto this watch, such as you can allow it so it could vibrate or vibrate and play sound, or do both if you like. But the built-in speaker does sound like a classic iconic beep from a retro watch, and the visuals, it's very pleasing. It's obvious that it is indeed a G-Shock, but I find this G-Shock to be slimmer and lighter than most G-Shocks available in the market, because I've noticed it's definitely more comfortable to wear. Thanks to the back portion, it's now using plastic. This is actually a good thing because I noticed it's more comfortable than a full metal backside, and the smooth edges on the side allow the vapor and water liquids to easily evaporate in case I just got back from like a mile run or something. The G-Shock large bezels do an excellent job on providing long-lasting durability, that's for sure. And even though this is an LCD display, it does have an auto light LED light that will actually illuminate the display automatically, but you do have a button to press that can override this when you need it. Unfortunately, if you take a look at the watch, the band that it comes with is not meant to be removed, as it doesn't use a universal band design. However, if the band does get damaged, with an Allen wrench, you can actually remove that if needed and replace the damaged band with a new one. The band itself is very ergonomic because it has a nice buffer right here, a gap, so it will never pinch your skin or anything like that. As for the back sensors, you'll find some very advanced components, such as a air pressure sensor, where if you leave this on in the app setting, watch will notify you when there's a noticeable change in air pressure, and this will automatically turn off within 24 hours to preserve its battery life. There's also a step counter, a gyroscope, GPS, compass, altimeter, and barometer, thermometer, moon data, and does a good job putting all those sensors all together to collect consistent data. Now, I'm a very active person, and I like to bike ride and go on hikes whenever I possibly can. I train 5 days a week, about an hour to 2 hours long, and to me, being able to see my workout stats on my wrist is important. However, I was kind of disappointed to find out that the watch workout selection is very limited, as it only has 8 different exercises to choose from. But from a month of personal experience, I found out that this is all I really need, and probably everybody else too. For example, if you're doing yoga or like if you're playing tennis, you could technically get away with just the gym equipment tracking. But I personally wish you could actually create some like custom ones or add some in the app. But the 8 workout selections you have to choose from is this. You have running, biking, gym equipment, introvert timer, pool swimming, open water, trail running, and walking running. And thanks to the Polar partnership with G-Shock, I had high hopes of this watch being extremely accurate to some high-hitting players like the Apple Watch. So, to test this out, I wore both smartwatches on my wrist at the same time for my daily workout routines and compared their reading, and the results were kind of interesting. For doing an outdoor bike run, I noticed that the data that gathered from my Apple Watch Ultra was really close to that of the G-Shock, especially when I looked at the average heart rate. However, the GPS tracking that the G-Shock had, I did notice takes a little bit longer to connect because it left this massive gap on the bike run. And this is something that I've noticed that it constantly does whenever I do some type of outdoor activity that involves GPS. The satellites take a little bit longer to connect fully on the G-Shock compared to the Apple Watch Ultra. And then when weight training at the gym, I think the G-Shock definitely looks a lot better in a gym environment than the Apple Watch does in a gym atmosphere. However, this time, the average heart rate rating for both of these two smartwatches was kind of off. Not by a whole lot, but you can see right here, they're not reading the same. The two watches were off by a couple of beats. Now, I'm just a consumer. I don't have a collaborated tool to determine which one of these two smartwatches is the most accurate, but I've seen a lot of people testing the Apple Watch with these type of tools. Why are you whining? But yeah, once more, that's all I'm saying. I've seen a lot of people constantly test the Apple Watch with these like more advanced heart rate monitoring tools, and the Apple Watch always comes extremely close from being consistent, which is why I decided to compare this video with the Apple Watch Ultra against the G-Shock. So yes, I am fully aware this is not the most scientific result, but they are the best that we have in terms of a comparison. Now, in terms of hidden features, there's a couple. You do have the capability to pin your device, your iPhone, if you misplace it somewhere, by simply long pressing this button right here. A lot of people don't know this, but you can actually go from the bottom and select Find My, and you'll find other things too, like plane mode here as well. This setting was kind of hard to find because they don't really label this in the instructions very well. But here, if you play sound by tapping the enter button right here, it's going to connect to your iPhone and it's going to play a tune that you hear right now. But in terms of everything else, self-explanatory once you get to this part of the setting menu right here. And then just tap the back button to get out of here. Just like so. Now, watch faces, there are some watch faces that you can select from, and there's one you can actually customize. And this requires you to actually launch the app right here. I'm going to go ahead and lower my brightness. Just simply connect to the app, the G-Shock. Click on go to watch and just scroll down to where you'll find watch faces. Let it load, and this is the different watch faces you can select from, and as soon as you find one that you enjoy, you can just send to the watch. In a matter of seconds it should update, just like so. And then if you're wondering about customization, if you go to the very last, you have the capability to customize this very last one right here. Change 4 different corners of the watch. So if you tap edit, these are the 4 corners you're able to adjust and change, and these are the different things you can swap them with. Unfortunately, there's no temperature. That's something I noticed. I can't like view the temperature of the outdoor climate right here on my wrist. And then if you want to know how you find your like outdoor activity logs or exercises, it's all located on the main menu, and just tap on my page. And here it will actually show you all your stats as well as previous logs as well, including the GPS of an outdoor run. And then if this ever happens to you, happens to me quite a few times, it'll lose terminal connection, regain multiple times. Best way to fix this is just to reboot your iPhone and then just hard reset it and then relaunch the app. It should resolve itself as soon as you launch the app one more time. Now, with that said, based on the ownership experience with what it's like owning the latest GBD-H2000, a number of name that a robot will love, it honestly appears that the G-Shock is really limited and may not be suitable for everyone. It lacks some important features we expect smartphones or smartwatches to have nowadays, like media controls as a fine example. There's none of that. Capability to reply to a text message or answer phone calls, you're unable to do that on this watch because it doesn't have a microphone. And to be honest, the button layout and stuff like that is not really user-friendly for all consumers. And this is honestly more suited for enthusiasts who are already familiar with its features. However, it does have some positive aspects, such as the ability to store 100 activity logs. And a big selling point is this is compatible for even very large wrist users. Ultimately, the decision to purchase this would solely depend on the individual preference and their needs, because as we notice, operating this watch is somewhat different than most modern day smartwatches. So that is my conclusion. That's what I think about the G-Shock. I personally do like this watch, but again, I'm a geek. I'm somebody who could actually deal with this type of stuff. But for all my grandpa and stuff like that, I wouldn't recommend this smartwatch personally. Aside from that, there you guys have it. My name was Eddie. Thanks for watching Hot Shot Tech, and comment down below what are your thoughts. If you're interested in purchasing this G-Shock, I'll be sure to include a affiliate link in the description down below. It doesn't cost you anything, just sends a small kickback to the channel and allows me to produce these honest reviews for you guys. So if you'd like to support the channel, click on the affiliate link. If you wish to watch more, check out this video over here where I review that Apple Watch Ultra in the video. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.